Hey guys, Brandon Johnson here, and thanks for joining me today. Today we're looking at Blackberry Blossom. This is one of those classic fiddle tunes that everybody's heard and everybody's probably played. But when you think about fiddle tunes and traditional tunes in general, they've been passed down from generation to generation and player to player over the years, and each player kind of adds their own flavor to it and their own style to it, and it kind of makes it their own. So in that way, fiddle tunes and traditional tunes are unique to the players that play them. So because there's so many different variations of this song, the song's been included in over 250 different songbooks over the years, and there's a bunch of different lessons out there that are great on how to play this song. So I thought I would present the way that I learned how to play this song, and it's slightly different than what you might be used to. It's pretty similar, the form is the same, but for example the B part, which is normally played a little bit higher up on the register, a little bit higher up on the neck, in for example the Tony Rice version, I moved it down to the lower register and I'm playing it more around the E minor chord, the open E minor chord position. So it's just kind of a different way to play it. It's still Blackberry Blossom, but it's just kind of my own way of playing it. So I hope you can learn something from it. Maybe you can take it and add your own stuff to it. But I hope you enjoy it, and let's check it out. Alright, let's check out Blackberry Blossom. This song's in the key of G. And we're starting with a downstroke on the open G, followed by an upstroke on the 2nd fret, G string, downstroke 4, upstroke open, downstroke on the D string 4th fret, upstroke open G, downstroke 2nd fret on the G string, then we go for an upstroke on the D string 4th fret, downstroke 2, upstroke 4 again, downstroke open G, upstroke 2 on the D string, downstroke open D, and then we go down to A. We're playing an upstroke on the 2nd fret A string, followed by a downstroke on the open A, and an upstroke on the open D. So it's an alternating picking pattern. This is pure cross picking here in measure number 1. Down, up for the entire first measure. Okay, let's take a look at measure number 1, starting with a downstroke on the open G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time, measure number 1. Starting with a downstroke on the open G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and looking at measure number 2, this is where we go into the C chord. So we're starting with the 3rd fret A string. And normally you'd play it out of the C chord position, but I've actually found it easier to play the C note on the 3rd fret A string with my middle finger. So that's a downstroke. And then we're playing an upstroke, followed by a downstroke on the 2nd fret D string. And then we're back down to the A string, C note again, this time with an upstroke, still with our middle finger. Then we're going down 1 fret with a downstroke with our index finger. Back up to the C, the 3rd fret A string with an upstroke. And then we're going open downstroke. Back to A string again, upstroke. Downstroke open. Upstroke 2 again. Downstroke open. Now we're going to the E string because we're playing a G note here. Downstroke 2. And then we're playing an open D with an upstroke. So we're going downstroke 2, and then open D. Then we're playing a downstroke on the 2nd fret, and then an upstroke on the 4th fret, D string. And right at the end of that's kind of a pickup, so we're going upstroke on the 3rd fret E string, downstroke 2, upstroke on the open D, downstroke 2, upstroke 4. So right there, that's kind of a pickup going into measure number 3. That leads us into measure number 3, which is an open G. Okay, let's take a look at measure number 2 by itself. We're starting with a C note. So we're playing that C note on the A string 3rd fret, but we're playing it with our middle finger with a downstroke. Measure number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's take a look at measures number 1 and 2 together. So we're starting with the G note on the open G with a downstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, looking at measure number 3. Measure number 3 is identical to measure number 1. So we're starting with the open G downstroke, followed by the upstroke on the 2nd fret G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, measure number 4. Measure number 4 is kind of a little turnaround lick, and we're using that to go into measure number 5, which is actually part B. So measure number 4 is the last bar of part A, and it's kind of this cool little turnaround lick that I came up with. It's kind of based on the original, but it's a little bit different. Measure number 4 starts with a downstroke on the C note. We're playing a C chord. So we're starting with a downstroke on the C note, but we're playing with our middle finger again. Then we're going for an upstroke on the D string open, downstroke 2, upstroke 4, downstroke open G, back down to 2 with an upstroke on the D string, downstroke open, upstroke on the 2nd fret A string, downstroke open, upstroke D, downstroke A string, 2nd fret, upstroke open, and then you're down to your G. So you're on downstroke on the E string 3rd fret. Brings you back into your G chord. Okay, let's take a look at measure number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and when we're looking at that last measure of part A, measure number 4, we have the option of kind of spicing that up a little bit. So the normal run sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. But right there at the end, we can add in a nice bluegrass lick right there, and we can go down a half step. So right at the end there, measure number 4, instead of playing what we could add is we could add the half step bluegrass lick in there, which sounds like this. So the lick would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so sped up, it would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's take a look at measures number 3 and 4 together. Starting with the downstroke on the open G. Measure number 3 is the same as measure number 1, so just remember that, but you're starting with the open G, followed by an upstroke on the 2nd fret G string. 1, 2, 3, 4.